problem.
Yeah.
Where is that? Is that at the veterans?
That's all places. That's the veterans. That's say like you went to United Services, and you called up that morning, and you were scheduled for a Tuesday, and you got up and say you book it. I always used to book my rides 45 minutes early because I give the driver 45 minutes to get there. So within that 45 minutes, if he's not coming there and you're going to wait for that 45 minutes, you say, well, you better get on the phone because you don't and know where that driver is, you're not going to get there. What happened one time was, that's why I said I changed my floor plan because I do things earlier now. I did this back when Eastern Medical was in. I had a cardiologist and I had a lung specialist. So I had an appointment on a Friday, and my doctor told me you got to be here by 2:31 because at 2:31 I go back to the hospital. So I said okay. I knew what I had to do. I booked my ride at 11:20, and from 11:20 until 2:30, I called every 5 minutes, and the answer I got from Eastern Medical, oh, my driver needs a babysitter. And I said, well, and then first I said, no, she'll be here 20 minutes. Then I called back, oh, she'll be here 40 minutes. I said, look, I got to be there. He said, oh, by the way, now she don't have a babysitter. I said, what is that going to do for me? I said, look, if she didn't have a babysitter, why do you have her working? She's supposed to, I was supposed to be there. He said, well, I'm going to pick you up at 2:31. I said, look, don't pick me up. Because I'm going to tell you right now, my doctor is going to tell you, like he's been telling me, if I am there by 2:31, he's not going to take me. Okay, you bring me down. I get there at 3 o'clock. And I knew I was right. The receptionist looked at me and said, Mr. Mesereau, I told you that at 2:31 he wasn't going to be here. I said, don't tell me, tell him. He said, he's the guy that brought me here. I said, and I told him. And he said, I told him to tell you that if he's not here by 2:31, he said, oh, I thought he'd be here. From that time not being there, from Saturday, I lost my cardiologist and I lost my lung specialist. And I got a letter on Saturday from both. We no longer need your services. Find somebody else in your area that will take care of your medical problems.
Simply because you were there?
Yeah, because I was late going there. And they have the right to drop you.
So what does that end up meaning for you, for your health?
It means that if you don't find somebody closer to you, you're not. It took me 2 years to find a cardiologist. Not here. I got through the VA, but it took me 2 years to find one.
And so your health must have suffered
yeah.
during that time.
Yeah. And then you have doctors that do the same thing. They mess up your schedule. Like I used to go to Generations, and they would do the same thing. If I wasn't there, if you're 5 minutes late from getting there, because it depends on like a taxi to pick you up or the dollar ride. If they're 5 minutes late, Generations don't take you. No, and then your doctor looks at you and says, well, it's your fault. How's it my fault? I said, hey, I told you I'll be here, I'm coming, but I'm going to be 5 minutes late. Well, if you're in here and within 5 minutes, we got to reschedule you.
So what do you think needs to change from the provider's perspective?
Number one, the first thing is to get the times changed. That's the biggest thing. That's the first one. Change the hours and do not hold the people responsible if their appointments are late and not provide you the medical that you need. Because if they don't do that and get those hours changed and everything else, transportation is going to be the way it is right now. And it's not going to get any, if they don't fix it, it's not going to get any better.
So when you say change the hours, are you talking about having some of these providers of transportation
Yeah.
change their
Okay. Like
hours?
say, okay, in Dial-A-Ride, you got 2 hours. So if you take the bus to Generations, you got to wait 2 hours for that bus to come back. Or if you take a Dial-A-Ride bus, you got to be out within the time that you're supposed to be. If you're late, you're going to be late because they'll get the call, and they have to get the first driver to come back and get you. That could be 3, 4 hours, 5 hours. I waited one day down at Yukon because I wasn't out by 11 o'clock. I had to wait till 4 o'clock in the afternoon to get home.
Are there any other things that you want to talk about in relation to transportation that I didn't ask you